we try to put on events for the community, and the downtown businesses and merchants, through their membership, they're paying a fee into our organization. And the value is that we're bringing people downtown, but also we're putting on these events, and we don't feel that we should be charging the customers of our downtown stores for these events. We'd like to have things for them going on that are free, unless we have some sort of a vendor that you're buying something from. But our merchants, this is how they give back to the community. They do it through the sponsorship of these events, and also sponsorship of other things that we've done throughout the city. We're a sponsor of the Great Falls Festival every year, which is a huge festival. You're very aware of it, I'm sure. Labor Day weekend, awesome. It's this wonderful cultural event, 3 stages, rides, thrill acts, people walking over the falls, motorcycling across the falls, and we're very proud to be able to sponsor an event like that. There are other sponsors, but we sponsor one of the stages. So all of the acts that are on that stage, we help pay the salaries, the fees of those acts on those stages. So, we've also sponsored the fireworks in the past, the city fireworks, which everybody, in and out of the city takes advantage of, having a great barbecue that day and watching the fireworks. I mean, it's a spectacular show. So we do try to make sure that our property owners and merchants are giving back to the community, because they are the ones that are shopping in our stores, and we don't forget that.
Sheri, one thing that I would like to just bring up, and just maybe for a comment on it before we close, we have a wide mix of stores. We have local merchants. We have things that you can buy in the city, for example, ethnic items that you can't necessarily get in the malls and the suburban locations. We also have national brands in the city. And one of the things that I've noticed is, because we have a population of 150,000, it's been my observation that it seems like when companies are considering coming into the city, they take an overall number in terms of income, demographics, and that thing. But it appears to me that they don't slice out the number that they need. For example, there's a company that was looking to come into Paterson, and they said, okay, we need an average, we need at least 30,000 people in the city, and we need an average income of $60,000. Well, I think, in my mind, and then again I want you to comment on this, is that maybe a better question to ask is, as opposed to, is the median income 30,000 or 60,000, or do we have at least 30,000 people in the city that make that kind of money, and now maybe you have your market. So just looking at it a different way. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I think that when people are coming into the city, businesses, they are, you're absolutely right, they're looking at the numbers. I don't think that a business can look at Paterson and say, well, there's only a percentage of people, making this median income in their household, and so I should move there or not. I think that Paterson has been putting that myth to bed quite a bit, because until you come down here and you see the number of people on the sidewalks, the number of people on the sidewalks with shopping bags, the number of people coming in and going out of the city, because we're a county seat, it's not just the residents that are spending money here. So, when you come down here and you open up a business, you have to capture the whole audience. It's not just the residents. And, Paterson has, in addition to over 150,000 people living here, we have the different communities. 52 or 57 ethnicities are represented in our city. So yeah, there's a lot of Peruvian eateries, Colombian, Puerto Rican, Mexican, the soul food. There's, South Paterson is just peppered with all of these great Arab, Lebanese, Turkish restaurants. So, I mean, you're really going to get a lot when you come to the city. You have a lot to choose from. Now, you also have the neighborhoods, Lakeview, Section, Association section near East Side.
Right.
You know, I mean, there's a lot of people living here. You can't take a look at the city and say, oh, you know, it's the third largest city, but it's also, you know, one of the poorest cities in the state. So how am I going to make money there?
Right.
You know, you need to really do your research.
Right.
Your research is not just in the numbers that you found on the internet or some
Right.
company gave to you. You know, that's from, you know, 1998. You
Right.
know, you really have to come down here and take a look. And I'm going to use somebody as an example. The gentleman who owns the New Fabian 8 Theater downtown.
Right.
New Fabian 8 Theater downtown.
Mm-hmm.
8 theaters,
Right.
state-of-the-art sound,
Okay.
you know, stadium equipment. It's awesome. You have to come down and check it out. Fabian8.com
Okay.
is the website. 8, the number.
Number 8, okay.
So, you really need to come downtown and see this. Now, when the Center City Partners was looking at the property, they brought this gentleman, John Halecki, down to take a look at the property on Ward Street. And he looked down the street, and he saw the train station.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, people can come in and get out of the city really easily.
Mm-hmm.
He looked at the density of the city.
Mm-hmm.
All of these people downtown. It's a county seat. He looked at the Parkway.
Right.
You know, exit 155P brings you right into downtown Paterson.
Right.
And the number of people that live here. And he said, God, it's like a no-brainer.
Right.
You should really open your business here. And like I said, you have to know who you're catering to.
Right.
Also, so you have to, you know what kind of inventory you're putting in your store.
Right.
You know, would you come down here today and open a store that sells all Lenox china?
Right.
No,
Right.
you wouldn't.
Right.
But you would come down and you would sell women's clothing.
Right.
You would come down and you would sell, you know, school supplies.
Right.
You know, all the children that live here, you know,
Right.
need school supplies. You really have to know what you're going to
Right.
sell. You know, don't open up something that's not going to sell, and then blame us for
Right.
you know only having a certain medium income or whatever.
Right.
You know the audience.
Right.
But there's money to be made here.
Absolutely.
Captive audience. You really need to come downtown to
Mm-hmm.
see it. Don't listen to numbers.
Okay.
Come downtown and see it, and then you'll get it. You'll understand it.
And that applies too for people who are already here. There's a lot to come
Yeah.
for people who are already here too.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know, from owners and things, business people who are already here.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Well, we want to retain the businesses that we have
Mm-hmm.
by continuing to show them that they are respected members of the community.
Right.
They're giving back to the community, and we want to retain them. But we do also want to bring in new businesses that are going to enliven us a little more than we already are. So that's why I think Center City is going to do very well. They have a lot of new stores. I would also say, I think we're running out of time, but I would also say that you know this recession that we've been going through, a lot of the downtown, and I'll say Ridgewood, you know, they have vacancies, you know, double-digit vacancies. Yes, we have a couple. A couple. But we also brought in, through the recession, we brought in about 20 stores to our downtown. And then KFC just opened, or they're just
Right.
opening. I mean,
Right.
they're building out their store right now.
Right.
I mean, people want to be in downtown. They're still coming, you know, and I mean, it's awesome. So I would urge everyone to come downtown and just check it out. If you're a shopper, if you're looking to open a business, you know, if you just want to get a good meal, you know,
Right.
come downtown, check it out, visit our website. We also have a blog on the website for any upcoming events, news, things that are happening in the city that we think people will want to know about. We put on the blog, which is also on the website.
Okay. Well, Sheri.
We covered everything?
Okay, well, we'll do a part 2.
Okay, sounds good.
My name's Dan Shiver, and I'm a chamber member, and this was the first in a series of chamber interviews. Again, I want to thank Sheri Ferreira for coming down and doing an awesome job and giving us information. Of course, if you'd like some more information, you can contact the chamber office or contact Sheri at 973-881-7300. My name's Dan Shiver. Thank you very much.
Thanks.